Hello. Hello, hello. All right. Very good. And back a little more. Good. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the dojo. And I know there's some more people joining shortly, so we'll just get started chill so that it's easy for people to slip on in as they become available. Good. All right. Go ahead. You can sit or kneel. I'm kneeling. You can always kneel on a block or a cushion, couch cushion, whatever. All right. So you're just getting comfortable so that you can get grounded, which is to distribute your weight over whatever it is that is your foundation, and then align your spine over your foundation so that you can breathe. And after that, you just breathe. So don't mess with your breath, just notice how it rises and it falls without your manipulation of it for a couple of rounds. Take a cleansing breath, breathe in through your nose, hold it in at the top. Open up. Now, breathe in slowly to a 4 count. Out slowly through your nose, 4 count. Or roughly 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. Good. On your next inhale, lift your arms up overhead, reach tall from your hips through your fingers. You can even look up a little bit. On your exhale, put your hands to your knees, push on your knees, drop your chest back, look down, scoop your tailbone underneath you. You're in a cat spine here, kneeling. Inhale, stack your spine up, reach your arms up, stretch tall and look up. Inhale. Cactus your arms, draw your elbows out so that they're in line with the top of your shoulders. Rotate your pinkies forward and your thumbs back, and then try to dip your thumbs back and your elbows forward rotationally, while also pushing your chest through. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, gently twist. Take your left hand across, your right hand behind you. Stay tall through your shoulders. Just turn your chin to your right shoulder. Keep your left shoulder down. Inhale up to the middle. Twist to the other side on your exhale. Inhale up with both arms. Exhale your hands to the top of your shoulders with your elbows pointing in opposite directions. And then you're gonna twist from your ribs and then twist from your ribs. Make your head go in line with your spine. And it's start pretty slow. And I'm talking, but I'm gonna stop now because I want you to sync up your breath with your twisting. So inhale, exhale, inhale or exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're gonna keep it up. This is a style of Kapalabhati breathing where you're forcing the air in and out in sync with your movement, which is very good for digestion, as well as just overall energy flow through your body. Three. And last one. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring it forward to your hands and your knees, tabletop position. Stack your hands underneath your shoulders, press the ground away. Focus on lifting your chest up and rounding your upper back. Tuck your tailbone down, stretch the muscles in your upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. Cow pose on your inhale, tilt your pelvis up, pull your shoulder blades together, use the muscles in your back for the back bend. Exhale, push the ground away, cat. And as you notice, we're staying, a couple of rounds of breath in each shape. Take it back to cow. Good, downward facing dog. Be kind to yourself in your down dog. Pedal it out. Be soft in the knees. Make space between your legs, maybe like a little bit more space than usual. Inhale, look forward, but exhale, walk your hands back to your feet and sit your hips down for a squat. Reach your arms long. Keep dropping your hips low. Make sure that your upper body is between your legs so that you're not putting pressure on your abdomen with your legs. Good. And roll yourself back forward and down to tabletop position. Crawl your arms out in front of you with your knees kind of wideish. Drop your chest down. Drop your head down between your arms and work on a nice long line from your fingers through the sides and back of your arms into your shoulders. From there, if you can tilt your pelvis more into a cow shape, and bow your upper back down to the ground more, you can. But if that's like just absolutely excruciating or not happening, then probably you're gonna benefit from just finding that shoulder to back connection first. Take a wide knee child's pose, crawl your butt back toward your knees, drop your head down. Walk your hands to the left, stretch your head a little bit to the left, and then stack your right hand on top of your left hand. Keep sitting your right hip back to your right heel until you feel a stretch. So you can keep going to the left until you feel a stretch on your right side. Contract a little bit on purpose on your left side, and that will also help with the stretch on your right side. The deeper you breathe into your right side, the more your right side will stretch. Exhale through the middle. Do the other side, same thing. Stack your left hand on top of your right hand. Take it to the right as far as you need to. Keep reaching your left hip back for your left heel. And breathe deeply. Good. Bring it to the middle. Downward facing dog. Lift up and back. Inhale, look forward, and make sure when you step forward, you make space and step a little bit wide, and then hang deep. Again, I've got my upper body resting all the way on my legs, but my belly is fully relaxed to the inside of my legs. Not really any pressure there, just a little contact between my outer ribs and inner thighs. Try to let your head hang as relaxed as possible off of your shoulders and neck. Take deep breaths into your back. There might be a little bit of compression here just because you're upside downish and your body's touching your legs. But that compression, if you slowly breathe into it, can be good for digestion. Press through your feet, slowly rise up to stand. When you get to the top, reach your arms out wide with your palms facing up, and then keep stretching your thumbs backward. Lift your chest up, use the muscles in the back of your shoulders. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Try to grab for opposite elbows so that you're making sort of a box shape overhead, and then we'll tip it over to the left, hips to the right, upper body to the left. Now, if that's too intense of a side stretch, you can just grab the wrist, or you can even get rid of the arms entirely. That's always an option, so it's up to you. Up to the middle on your breath in, reach tall, and then tip it over to the right, shift your hips to the left. Good, stack it back up on your breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart, push your butt back. Pretty far, right? So far, 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 far. Weight in your heels. Then bend your knees to the side and sit down into your squat, which again, just being in a squat, your best version is a great pose for digestion. Seems intuitive, but in case it needs to be stated, there you go. Any upper body position, we'll hold it for another couple of breaths. If you want to bring your upper body up, remember you're not craning your back into a big back bend to do it, you're just bringing your shoulders up in line with the rest of your back. Plant your hands down, step your left foot to the back of the mat, low lunge, drop your left knee down to the ground. So let's all start in a 90-90. So that back leg is 90 degrees, your front leg is also 90 degrees, and make sure that your hands are to the inside of your right leg so that there's space for you to work with. And then go ahead and stretch your arms long. Put pressure down through your right heel, and then let your head go through your arms like down dog arms, but keep the pressure through your right heel, and then just let your face relax. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders and bump your left leg back a little bit until you feel some more intensive stretching through the front of your left leg. If your hip flexors are tight, your abdomen's gonna be tight. If your abdomen's tight, it's gonna be hard to digest your food. Just letting your head go. Okay, step your right knee right back next to your left knee, and you're gonna take a modified side plank. So you're gonna swing, you're gonna keep that left knee down, but you're gonna swing your foot to the left. So your thigh goes into some weird internal rotation for a moment. And this is gonna be a kickstand. Your left hand is under your left shoulder, and then you stack your right side on top of your left side. Lean your head back a little bit, push your hips forward. Here's another way, different hip orientation to get open through the front of your hips and open through the front of your abdomen and create space through your ribs so that everything in your trunk can elongate and promote good blood flow and good digestion. You can send that top arm long for the last 2 breaths. Look down, plant your right hand back down, step your right foot back up, and then tuck your back toes, breathe in, exhale, step your left foot back forward, sit back down into your squat. Good. Lift your shoulders in line with the rest of your spine, put your hands down, and step your right foot to the back of the mat. You're just going 90-90. Once you get pressure down through your left heel and right knee, you can extend your arms long, like down dog, and then just let your head go through. Maybe like your ears in line with your biceps. But keep the pressure down through your left heel so that you're turning on your hamstrings and your foot. Look a little forward, move your hands back underneath your shoulders, press into your hands and your left heel, and slide that right knee back until you get some stretch. Now, if you'll notice, for me, that shift, I think, goes pretty well where more or less I have one hip from the side view, and when I scoot that leg back, I still have only one hip from the side view. I'm not going into any pelvic twisting to accomplish the openness in the front of my right hip. And that's just, that could be a whole side quest of cueing, but so I'm not gonna go there, just mental note. Head down, relax into it as best as possible. The more you squeeze your butt, the more the front of your hip can relax. Crawl your hands back a little bit, put some weight into that right knee, then kickstand your right foot behind you. Extend your left leg long. You're in your modified side plank with your left side stacking over your right side. Push your hips forward, lean your head and shoulders back a little bit. You're just trying to bring this top part of your spine and this bottom part of your spine aligned rather than in an arc. It can be in a little rainbow this way, but not this way, if that makes sense. All right, top arm long for the last couple breaths. Spot your landing, put your left hand down, step your left foot forward, step your right foot forward, and squat. Press through your feet on purpose, lift up a little bit out of the bottom of your squat, just line your shoulders up with the rest of your spine, then drop your left arm down to the left, reach your right arm up to the right, and take a twist. Now that twist can look any number of ways. Again, so if you have a particular inclination while you're here, other than just going at this diagonal, you can go for it, which includes some shoulder stuff, some binding, just using the arms to get your knee more in line with your toe, your hips more open. Switch to the other side, drop your right arm down to the right and your left arm up to the left, and then feel free to feel into it and kind of express that in a way that makes the most sense for your body. Plant both hands down in the middle, lift your hips up, let your head hang down. You can shift from one leg into the other leg, back and forth. Okay, I'm assuming y'all are still facing towards the front. I changed orientation so that you could see. Let's go ahead and from here, step your left foot back, drop your heel down, and come on up to a warrior two. Still weight in that front heel. Open up through your arms, kind of expanding in opposite directions. Let that help expand you, right? And your legs are doing a lot of work, which creates a lot of blood flow, which is good for other things too, all right? Left arm down, right arm backward. You're reversing your warrior here. Side stretch, right? Breathe into it. Drop your right elbow onto your right thigh for extended side angle. And now you'll stretch the other side of your body. But stay with the pressure down through your right heel. Inhale up to the middle. Turn your heels in, toes out, hands to your knees, and sit down into it. Everybody's alignment here is going to be sort of variable to their body. You want your knees and your toes tracking. You want that lined up more or less with the center mass of your hip. And I'm just having, this is a nice kind of hands down, stronger way of doing it, where everything's bone stacking. Your hands are right over your knees, so it's kind of helping create some lift out of the shape, because it's not an easy one to hold for a long time, but it's a good one. Again, digestion. All right, inhale up, turn your toes a little forward when you go. Exhale, sit down into it. Inhale up. Exhale, sit down into it. Up, breathe in, squeeze everything. Exhale down, gather it up. Inhale up. Exhale down. My pool ladies like to go squeeze when we come to the top. Last time down. Up. Turn to the front. Warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands around your right foot. Pivot your left toes down, left knee down, all the way to the ground. And then go ahead and just let your head hang over your right leg. Low lunge. We've done this one before. I'll start from the side view. Plant your left hand down. Bring your right hand up to your right thigh. Take a second and kind of bump so that instead of being straight down on your left knee, you kind of drop your outer hip to the side. Make sure that's comfortable on your knee. Then take your right toes, spin them open, let your knee fall open, and just corkscrewing to the right. Shift and shift until it's comfortable, basically, and it's an open twist and a side stretch. So you're twisting to the right and stretching your left side at the same time. Twist it back to the front, put both hands down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step your right leg back to meet your left leg, both knees down wide, child's pose, sit back. And breathe. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. However you want to get to a squat at the top of your mat. You can step, hop, or float there. Good. Inhale, lift a little bit up out of your squat, plant your hands down, step your right foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. I'm going to go the opposite direction so that I can see you guys. Okay. Weight through your left heel, strong through the inner thigh on your back leg, strong through your arms, and there's a big tendency to lean forward here, so you want your spine stacked up over the middle. Drop your right arm down, swim your left arm back. You're just going for a side stretch on the left side, so you gotta have to stay deep in the left leg, and a lot of times do less in the left arm. Side angle, left elbow to left thigh, lift out of it, stay long and lined. Think about your spine, the lines that are going on here, lots of nice lines, right? You can take your top arm long, side stretch on your right side. And then stand it up. Shimmy, shimmy with the feet. And sit on down. Ooh. This time, let's do the shoulders. Okay, so with your hands on your knees to begin with, you'll rotate your left arm in, drop your left shoulder down, let your head go, and look to the right. Up to the middle. On your exhale, rotate your right hand in, look to the left, let your head go. Up to the middle, inhale. Exhale, twist. Up to the middle, inhale. Exhale, twist. Last time to each side. Now, thematically, we've been working on digestive type things. Stand it all the way up on your inhale. Warrior two to your left leg on your exhale. Up and back, breathe in. Cartwheel it down, step it back. Plank, oh, nope. Back knee down. Low lunge. Let your right knee go down. You're framing your left leg with both hands. Let your head just go. And I was saying we're working on digestion, and thematically, what I have been doing is throwing a lot of twists in there but it hasn't been so far twists that have made you like super duper compress your torso. Now we're going to take that corkscrew twist. So plant down through your right hand, take your left hand to your left thigh, make space on the left leg, drop your right hip down, and you're corkscrewing open. So there's a twist that's happening, but I'm not asking you to take, if you think about some of the other twists that we've done, I've said, take your right ribs all the way across your left thigh, right? This twist starts from your right ribs and goes across to the left. There's just some examples of other kinds of twists we've done that have been cross-body twists or deeper twists. All right, bring it back. You're gonna flow, step your feet together, plank, get to down dog however you want to, and we'll go from there. All right, inhale, look forward. You're gonna come back to a squat, however you wanna get there. Step forward, hop forward. And then just let your head go. Pull your hands forward, shift your weight a little into your forefoot. Let your hips come up and your head go down. And you're gonna keep your feet wide, but now let's go ahead and lift up one toe, like lift up all the toes on your right foot. Weight in your heel, slide your very wide palm of your right hand underneath your right foot. You want the toes all the way up to your wrist crease, and it's like the ball of your foot fits perfectly into your very open palm. If your palm is not very open, you will grind your bones together and that feels like shit. So don't do that. Make sure that everything is as wide as possible, and then you'll do the same thing on your left foot. And then just massage out your wrists and your hands and notice what a weirdly satisfying sensation it is to have your hands and your feet touching like this, because it gives you all kinds of interesting biofeedback in areas that are very nervously, or they're very innervated. So there's a lot of talking to the brain as it is. Release your hands. Bring your spine up to that halfway point. Put your right hand to the center of your mat. Bend a little more into your right leg, straighten your left leg, and twist, look over your left shoulder. You can take it anywhere from there that feels good. Exhale, release to the middle, switch and put your left hand down. Straighten through your right leg, bend through your left leg more. Look over your right shoulder, and any variations that you want to take, go for it. Good. Exhale, release to the middle. Let your head hang down. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step back plank. Drop your knees down and lower yourself onto your abdomen. With control, nice and slow, gradual process. First, we're just gonna stay belly down. You can prop yourself up as much as it feels good, so you can be Sphinx belly down if you want to. But if you want less, then you can just make a pillow and rest your head on your wrists. There's a nice little sweet spot where you can see the lines where your wrist crease. Stack those areas up, and then there's a divot to where you can rest your head. Breathe into your abdomen. So I've talked about this before as a vagal nerve reset. I was just reminded by one of my most favorite like mentors, people that I learned from, just this, like, I think it was yesterday, 5 minutes a day, every day pretty much, of soft tissue work in your trunk for maximal blood flow, maximal digestion, the optimal ability to initiate movement through the core, because basically all movement should be initiated from the core, or it's probably going to fail at some point. So this counts. Let's do this. You have options. A la carte, you can either just do your right leg out to the side, and like you're sleeping in bed, or like you're about to do the crybaby. And so right leg, all right, and then right arm, so you can stay there, just chill. Up is nice, right? So you can be in that Sphinx shape like I'm doing right now, or you can use the Sphinx shape as a way to thread your right arm underneath you to the left. From there, it might be intense just as it is, in which case you can prop your head up with the block. You don't have to go all the way down, right? But if you're gonna prop up, it's nice to prop up higher so that you can get the arms straight. So that right arm is gonna work most efficiently if it's straight, which you can't really see, so I'm gonna change my angle for a second so you can see what I'm talking about here. So if it's bent, this and this aren't connecting, and it's not ever going to get up here too well. You might a little bit. If you get it straight, even if you are way up tall and you slide it down until you can't stay straight anymore, you can't go any lower and prop up there, it will release more efficiently. And the other thing that's going on here is you're compressing the front of the chest. So right leg is out 90 degrees. Right arm is smashed underneath you to some degree or another. Your left arm can be in some way that it's holding your weight up, or if it's comfortable, you can take the left arm all the way out of the game, so as much weight as possible is smashing your right side arm and chest. Or maybe you're just doing the arm, or you're just doing the leg. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Okay, come on up. Take your left leg. I think that's the more accessible of the 2 pieces to start with. So if you're going to choose one because you want it less intense, more accessible, that left leg out into that 90-degree shape will be the better starting position. If you really need it in the shoulders, get rid of the leg and just do the left arm underneath. Or if you're fine with doing both, go ahead. Go on ahead. If you are working on digestion, Your best bet is always going to be to extend the length of your exhales further than the length of your inhales, longer than the length of your inhales. So 2 or 3 seconds longer. This stimulates your vagal nerve's ability to tap into your gut and it connects directly. Your 10th cranial nerve, your vagal nerve has a direct and very large connection, like a highway, 4-lane highway of connection all the way down to your intestines. So breathing out stimulates that 10th cranial nerve, instant relaxation of the guts, theoretically. All right, come on up out of this. Ooh, shoulder. Come back. And let's go with cross your ankles behind you and sit down. Okay. So kick your left leg out, cross your right leg over, and then like I'm doing, you're gonna hold the front of your shin and lift your chest up nice and tall. From here, resist a little on the outside of your leg and crawl yourself a little bit more from left to right. And then once you're kind of at a comfortable limit of intensity, you can take that right hand behind you and ground and twist. The other thing about your exhales being longer than your inhales is that your exhales are comprised of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is a heavier molecule than oxygen. So the more you breathe out, the more weight you lose, just by carbon dioxide. Okay, bring it to the middle. And let's do this. Let's just go straight to the other side. So real basic seated twist, one leg long, other leg goes over the top, hug, kind of bring your chest to your leg and sit up tall, and then resist so that you can twist across and hold wherever with this right arm, and then your left hand goes behind you. As long as you stay nice and tall, you're good. Good, release the middle, switch back to side number 1, repeat, or lean to the left, bend your left knee, and sit your right butt cheek back down to the ground. Then, from there, the approach is relatively the same, but things are more bendy, twisty, and compressed in the legs. So you might not go as far in your twist, or if you go, you might feel other things. This foot over here, it's active. This foot over here, it also is active, and you really have to lift up out of your pelvis because this bottom leg being bent makes the hip flexion over here, the belly to thiness, more intense, and you have to be engaging there on purpose so you don't get a hip pinch. Chest up, twist to the right. Exhale to the middle. Keep the legs, both hands to the left, just kind of counter twist. And then start the other side, both legs long, left leg over, lean to the right, bend your right leg, and then make sure that you're grounded, that you are lifting up and engaged actively in that left hip before you initiate your twist. Good. Release to the middle. Put both of your feet together and both of your knees out wide. Take a second. Hold with your thumbs to the middle and below, kind of the middle below your big toe mound, and then your fingers can wrap around the outside edges of your, or the top of your feet to the outside edges, and you're opening your feet like a book so that you're helping your ankles roll. Supinate. You want the pinky edges of your feet touching, the outside edges of your heels touching, and then the bottoms of your feet opening up toward your face, and you're manipulating that on purpose. Now, if you know that your foot is not stable, then maybe you don't make that happen. If you have a stiff foot though, then this is really important, and you might really benefit from using this digital manipulation of your feet. There's, again, I think I touched on this in one of the classes recently, they've made all kinds of contraptions to do what my hands are doing right now. And it's good, those are useful, but also your hands can do the thing. Rose garden. Okay. Feet go further out in front of you, and you let that help you also lean forward. From there, your elbows can go to your calf muscles and prop your head up on your knuckles, or you can go further down and let your head go down, maybe onto your forearms. If you have a block handy, you can put it on your feet and put your head on the block on your feet. Come on up, and let's go feet wide-ish, all right, and then lean forward, and let's see, where can you, all right, everybody just go kind of down dog arms, as forward as you can get. And from the side, nothing's extreme here. I'm not extremely far forward. You do want to try to have a contiguous spine, but it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because your knees are bent, so it's kind of matching whatever's going on in your legs. Okay, so plant your right hand. No, let's do it this way. Grab your right foot with your right hand, lean your right shoulder into your right leg, and then twist open. You should get a nice stretch in your back. Maybe also in your side, you can let your right ear go down. And slowly stack it back up. You can slide your hand up your leg to help, and then slide your left arm down your left leg. Hold on to your left foot with your left hand. Open your right arm to the right and twist open to the right, but then you can also put a little side bend into it. Let your left ear go down to your left shoulder. Make sure your right hip stays on the ground. Good, come on up and grab behind your knees. Make your way onto your back. If you have a block or a stack of books that you can slide under your hips, do that. If not, don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go there for now. All right, even if you don't have that, just stay flat for a second. Okay, just open up the front of your body. This is actually a supine position. In this supine position, if you can grab a cinder block, a log, and then throw a shirt over it to make sure the knobs aren't too intense. A stack of books, a firm pillow or two. Get creative, go for it. Even if you were like outside and you were on a hill and your head was on the top part of the hill and your legs were on the bottom part of the hill, then you would still get some opening like this. Breathe into the connection in the skin and the tissues of your abdomen from the base part of your ribs along the soft part of your belly and over the front of your hips. All of that connects internally. So breathe all the way and use your lungs to expand and feel that connection on a more surface level as well. Plant your feet. If you're on an object, lift your hips up off of the object. Pull your right knee into your chest. And we're just going with the leg in straight right now. This is called half wind relieving pose. Get the Sanskrit for it. I have like 5 books within arm's reach, but I'm not going to look it up. Just know that's what this is. So this is one of the best poses for digestion because you are compressing, but you're only compressing one side at a time. So wherever things are situated in your intestines, this is helping to direct the flow. Take the knee as is, in tight, as tight as it will be into your chest. Keep it tight and roll it over onto your left side. So I've let everything roll so that I am not, I am twisted, but then I'm gonna guide how much I actually am twisting by how much I'm rolling my right shoulder back down to the right, and I'm not going to go too far with it. I'm going to let the weight of my right leg stay grounded over on the left and not worry too much about what's going on over here in my right arm. In fact, I can take the right arm overhead with it to give it a place to rest if it doesn't comfortably go to the ground, which mine does not. Not today anyways. So you're twisting and you're compressing this right side here, but you're laying on the left side. So you're kind of flushing things from the right to the left. And that works with ascending, descending colon priority with your digestion. If anybody's ever told you to lay on your left side, same idea. All right, let's do it on the other side now. Roll to your back. Slide your right leg long, draw your left thigh in tight. Creating a big compression on your left side here. keep your thigh in close and twist. Get your roll to the right and let your knee go all the way down to the ground. You can shimmy your shoulders a little bit if you need to the right, but then you get more or less twist by how much this left arm and this left side opens back up to the left. If y'all all remember Den history circa, I think it was mid-March, late March, the discussion around the poop button, this is getting that. This particular twist on this side specifically is super effective because it's compressing through the acupressure points that stimulate digestion and excretion. So that's a thing. Use it, use that power wisely. Roll slowly back to your back, and you can either full wind relieving pose, pull it in, relax your butt, and be, or full happy baby, same thing, still got to relax the nether regions, so all of this is very good for digestion for those reasons. Whenever you're upright, walking around with vertical posture or sitting, gravity is pulling on you and all of your organs and all of the structures of your abdomen with a vertical down vector. Yoga talks about that. It's called the vayus. It's the direction of energy as it flows through your body. There's several of them. I don't remember how many, but whatever. Now you know, V-A-Y-U, vayu. And you can look that up. But here, that's not the case. Here, you're in the horizontal plane in relation to gravity, so letting the sphincters that are usually in control of keeping your organs inside of you and not being pulled out of you by gravity is okay to do here. All right, hug it in if you are wide. Squeeze everything on purpose. Contract so that when you relax in just a second, it feels different. Everything's on, everything's squeezing. One last big breath, and Shavasana. All right, take a good morning stretch. And any way you wanna, come on up. Good. Straighten your spine back upright. Return to normal flow of energy. And let's send it off with a big cleansing breath. Breathe in through your nose, hold it in at the top. Open up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you guys later.